just feel that, you see, earlier films would come in theatres and then it would, I remember many years back, it would be a year later it would be on satellite. Then it became 8 months later on satellite. Then it became 6 months later on satellite. So what happens is, I have a choice as an audience that, okay, I can watch the film in the theatre as it releases, or I can wait 6 months and watch it on satellite. Today what is happening is that, and I've said this one place earlier, if I'm selling you this, whatever is in my hand, and we sell so many products in the world, I want to know if any product has this business model. Here is something I'm selling you, please buy it from me, I tell you. Buy it from me for 10 rupees, 100 rupees, whatever the cost may be. And if you don't, I'll come and drop it at your house after 8 weeks. This is the business model we are currently following. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because when a film is releasing, I know I can go to the theatre and pay for it. Or I can wait for it to come on OTT and I can watch it. I have already paid for it. So, if I have to be very honest to my audience when I'm marketing my film, I have to tell my audience that, guys, my film is releasing. But all those people who are on this particular subscription, on this particular OTT, they've already bought my film. They don't need to come into theatres. The ones who are not in this OTT, please come and watch my film. This is my communication that I have to make in all honesty, which is a very awkward communication. So according to me, that window is too small. That between theatrical and OTT, you're killing your own business. If I tell you buy a Maruti car, and if you don't, I'll drop it at your house after 4 weeks. Why will you buy it? You will say, yes, drop it at my house after 8 weeks. I'll wait. And in a price-sensitive country like India, this matters a big deal. So I seriously feel that you have to, this is something that needs to be looked at, in my opinion. Right. So it's just a very funny business model. And then often in discussions that we have, in film, when we meet, we're like, why are films not doing well? Hello? You're telling the audience don't come, that's why they're not doing well. Usually it goes into, but we're not making good enough films. I'm saying that is a separate topic. Whether your film is good or your film is bad, this business model doesn't make sense to me. If I make a very good film, this business model still doesn't make sense to me. So I'm saying irrespective of quality of film, because that is a separate topic. Entirely. Right. Remove that from the business aspect of it. I make a good film, I make a bad film, it doesn't matter. What is my business model? Which according to me currently, it's a very faulty business model.
No, first of all, this is music to my ears. Absolutely. So up stop maybe will be some healthy movement after this. Anyway, no, I was just going to make one point about what Aamir said about cinemas. Definitely.
Mind you, I have nothing against OTT. I think as a consumer, it's great. I get to watch thousands of content for a small fee. So it's a great innovation, it's a great platform. I think it should be used well. And as a creative person, I might even want to go straight to OTT if I'm making a long form content. I might decide, this I don't want to be in theatres, I want to go straight and offer it to films, the audiences on that platform. I think each platform has its own benefits and strengths, but they should be used well. And you should, ideally the pipeline should be smooth, where you're not eating into your own business each time.
No, the only point I was saying was that about cinemas, the number of theatres, definitely there's a dearth of cinemas. But I just feel the gap is not that large, because when you talk about China, we did a bit of a study. So 10,000 locations are there. And India's got about 8,000 locations. So we just got to go by locations. So the location gap is not much. Secondly, I agree that regional spread more is towards south. But at the same time, these 5,000 screens have got 1,000 seats each. Whereas the 1,000 screens of a screen of China has 250 seats. So the capacities, so India's got about 40 lakh seats already installed. Shows we play is about 4.5 shows. So you can say about 1,80,000 shows. That's the seating capacity available on a daily basis. And last year, if I give you data, while we need to build cinemas, I agree with everyone, and I think we need to make them very carefully in the pockets where the cinemas are not available. Last year, 2024, at 134 rupees ATP, all India, because 12,000 crores is our box office, cinemas are at 16% occupancy. 1/6. Only 88 crore people went to watch movies, as opposed to 1.2 billion. The population of this country was obviously you have frequency of people going out. So we've had a big fall post-COVID of number of people who are going. So at 16% occupancy, how will the business?
How do you